by.
What is up, YouTube? This is Nanashi with a brand new deck profile video. This time I'll be going back and showing you my updates to the Thunder style lockdown deck. The deck as it was, it worked, but the thing of it is, it was way too streamlined, way too narrow focused, and did not really have its own true win condition aside from an occasional beatdown play. I mean, sure, some people would give up the second they see a systematic lockdown of pretty much anything they could do during their first turn or second turn, but that wasn't enough to really call it a win condition. So I've updated it a little bit and given it a more unique play style, and I like to think that it's a lot better for it. So let's see where this goes. Starting off with the all Thunder type monster cast, we have the triple Bro Hunter, the newest Thunder type monster to the array. Upon its normal summon, you're able to add any level 4 light Thunder type monster from your deck to your hand. Obviously this means that the entirety of the deck would end up being Thunder type and light, which I'm perfectly fine with, in all honesty. Denko Sekka, who as long as it's faced upon the field and I have no set spell traps, no set spell traps can be activated and no new spell traps can be set. Double Lightning Rod Lord, because I'm going to be honest, triple actually does clog. But as long as it's faced upon the field, neither player can play spells during their main phase 1. That is actually very detrimental to most people who need to be able to play cards like that, Grasswood Screener, Raigeki, all that good stuff. Thunder King Ryo, who says as long as it's faced up on the field, you cannot add cards from your deck to your hand except by drawing them, which is about half of the ways that this deck adds cards from the deck to the hand now. And you contribute it to negate a special summon, but only an inherent one, not one called by spell or trap or monster effects. Triple Watt Cobra. Yes, I put the Watts finally back in because I realized that this is the best way to give the general Thunder type its best win condition. It can attack directly, and if it does battle damage this way, then you get to search out a Watt monster from your deck to your hand, which could be either another copy of itself or the Watt Pheasant, who has the exact same effect and attack points as Watt Cobra, but if it does a battle damage through a direct attack, you get to target an opponent's monster and remove it from play until the end phase. Double Zap Mustang. Still running this at 2 because 3, just like with Lightning Rod Lord, clogs. It cannot be normal summoned or set. You can only special summon it during your main phase 1, and only during a turn that you have not special summoned yet. As long as it's faced up on the field, neither player can special summon unless they attack first. And Zap Mustang also cannot be destroyed up to twice per turn in battle. And Triple Thunder Dragon. Thunder Dragon's entire purpose is purely to be discard fodder in this deck. If you discard 1 from your hand, you can add up to 2 from your deck to your hand. Now the spell cards have actually seen a significant change as well. Starting off with the triple hand destruction, both players drop 2 cards and draw 2 cards. Makes it very easy to dump out those extra monsters that you don't need, that you can't even, normal summon without it hurting you amazingly. Double MST, because MST is still valuable. Even if your opponent can't activate their set cards, if they, for whatever reason, manage to destroy your Denko Sekka, you need a way to get rid of them anyways. Now, Triple Photon Lead is a fun little tech card that I just found out about. You can special summon a level 4 or lower light monster from your hand in face-up attack mode. This enables so many plays in this deck, I never even thought it would be as good as it is. Solidarity is still in here, of course. If you have only one type of monster in your graveyard, your monsters all gain 800 attack points. This is the main way that I'm actually able to keep Bro Hunter in play, because this gives it a reasonable amount of attack points even if there's only one copy of it. Terminal World is still just as much of a headache now as it was then. You can only play it during your main phase 1, but as long as it's on the field, both players skip their main phase 2. This is incredibly harsh. And then Ties of the Brethren at 3 still. You target a level 4 or lower monster you control, pay 2,000 points, and skip your battle phase for the turn, which is not a big deal since these things really won't be attacking very much except for the Watts. And you special summon 2 more monsters from your deck, all 3 of which have to have different names from each other, but they all have to have the same type, attribute, and level. And the trap card lineup has changed just a little bit as well. Still running the single bottomless trap hole, which is a staple in every deck. Now I'm running 2 lose 1 turn. I can only play it if I have no special summon monsters, which is not the most difficult thing in the world. I don't special summon that often for this card to be considered null and void. But as long as it's face up, any monsters that are special summoned have to go to defense mode and have their effects negated during the turn that they are summoned. So this pretty much disables anyone's ability to special summon monsters in the event that I cannot get my Zap Mustang. And of course still running the single Solemn Warning, which is disabled in everybody's deck. Now we move into the side deck, which has about as much change as the main deck. Third copy of Lightning Rod Lord, 2 more copies of Watt Pheasant, and I'll be honest, I wasn't sure if I should run 2 and 2 of the Pheasant Cobra or 3 and 1 as I'm doing now, but 3 and 1 seems to be okay because getting Watt Pheasant too early is just, well, either way I get my direct attacks, but at least with Cobra I get more cards. Extra copy of Zap Mustang, Brain Control at 1 obviously, because as I've said before, I'm loving this card as a side option in the event that I ever have to deal with Monarchs or Kaijus. Double Dark Hole, 3rd copy of MST, Double Fiendish Chain, extra copy of Lose One Turn, Double Memory Loss, Mirror Force, and Torrential Tribute. And then we finish up with the extra deck, which I barely ever even go into. Starting off with the double Bujinte Tsukuyomi. Requires 2 level 4 light monsters. Once per turn you can detach a material and drop your hand with a minimum of 1 card, and then draw 2 new cards. With this being a Beast Warrior and with all the other monsters in the extra deck not being Thunder types, these cards should only be used as a last resort. It also includes an effect that allows you to move a Bujin monster, but given that this is the only card that I run of the Bujin variety, it's not even worth mentioning. Number 39, Utopia. I'll be honest, I don't even use it for its own effect. It can detach to negate an attack, which is cool, but again, this is just a tech card that I purely use to get Utopia the Lightning. Now, number 91, Thunder Spark Dragon, I actually try to use this once in a while because, well, as you can see, my Dark Holes are in my side, not in my main. It requires 3 level 4s, which is not exactly easy for this deck, but not impossible. You have to detach 3 materials to activate its first effect, which destroys all other face-up monsters on the field. But if for whatever reason you were able to get 5 materials on it, you would be able to destroy all cards your opponent exclusively controls. Which is cool, but only a few decks can actually pull that off. And of course the Utopia the Lightning that I was mentioning earlier. Requires you to stack it on top of a Utopia monster, and when it attacks, your opponent can't activate card effects, and you can double detach when it battles a monster to make its attack points 5,000. And that is the deck. Honestly, it kind of bugs me that the videos regarding this deck are fairly short, but that's because the monster effects, as well as the other card effects, are so simplistic in their nature and design, that the video just ends up becoming short because the deck is so simple to understand. I hope you guys like this short little deck profile video, and if you can think of any way I can improve this Thunder deck, feel free to let me know. But in the meantime, this has been Nanashi, signing out.
What's the next stage? What's the next stage?